And we are live. It is now the most wonderful time of the year, part 2. This is 94 Feet of Life, NBA playoff preview. Trav's in the building. Playoff mode Ham is in the building. This is the Scene family on Facebook, all capital letters, SCEN. 94 Feet of Life is the Facebook group. If you're watching this on YouTube, you should be subscribed with your notifications on. Fellas, after what I thought was kind of a long regular season, I don't know if it was just me, it seemed like it dragged, but now we're here. NBA playoff time. Ham, I'm going to start with you. Playoff mode Ham. Because we're going to start in the Western Conference with our preview. Let's go to Memphis versus Minnesota. Now, we're not really going to do like a series by series breakdown, but I just want to kind of get some just general thoughts here. Memphis, the 2 seed, no longer the underdog. Now you a favorite against the rowdy bunch from Minneapolis. Ham, talk to me a little bit about your feelings going into the series and the playoffs period.
Time to grow up. Time to take this step. Time to grow up. Time to pull those identification cards out that say that we are 25 and above, even though most of us are 25 and under on that roster. Good test for the first round. You mentioned it in on your post the other night, Big Shot. You got to keep the composure. You got to if anybody's gonna lose their composure, it's got to be us fans. To the point to where we can't get kicked out of FedEx Forum and things like that, because 201 right up the street won't really want them kind of problems, especially over a holiday weekend. You might be in that joint Tuesday. They don't want that kind of activity like that to ruin your Easter. But time to grow up. To hell with Pat Beverly with his TD Steele looking ass. People in Memphis know who TD Steele is. Trav knew off top. That's why he put his head in his hands. I'll explain later, Big Shot.
Okay.
I'm geared for game 1, man. I might go get some barbecue nachos or something. I don't know. Let's rock out. I'm more in tune for the progress. I'll say that. The progress of learning to win for them.
So here's your first 94 Feet of Life trivia. The Portland Trail Blazers 1977 were the youngest average age team to win a championship at 24.99 years of age. The Grizzlies at 24.62 would be your youngest NBA champion ever. So Ham talked about the 25 and up card. He's right. Most of the Grizzlies are, in fact, 25 and under, literally. Trav, I want to jump over to you. We got two. We're going to get into a couple other series, but give me some of your thoughts just on the West. We talked about Memphis. We talked about the heel activity in that series. Some other things to look at in the Western Conference.
Man, I'm looking at Golden State and Denver. Golden State and Denver intrigues me because can Denver use the size of a potential MVP, Jokic? Can they keep him out on the floor? I think they can, but can you keep him out on the floor and make him a force to be reckoned with? Again, he's one of the top 3 or top 2 or top 3 names that's going to be nominated for this year MVP, regardless of the record or anything. His productivity on their team and within the league speaks for itself. Steph is getting back healthy. Draymond is back. Clay is back. Poole is contributing. Kuminga is contributing. All those guys are contributing. So we'll see about that. Another one will be the Utah and Dallas one.
Utah and Dallas to me is remember they used to always show that one series on like NBA TV.
NBA TV, that's the one.
That's the one.
Dallas and Utah is the NBA TV. Is the NBA
You'll watch it. You will watch it because it is basketball, but it's a chance you can flick back to something else and watch that and then come back on to it. So
if it's on at the same time as like Snowfall or something, it might be right there gets to watch.
You
Even
can
though I
flee.
got the Donovan Mitchell shirt on today.
That's the game that if you got the TV within TV, that's the game that you can put on the top right corner.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it in a bad way because Jason Kidd got Dallas nice. One headline about that is Luka may not play game 1.
That's where I was going.
Yeah. And to me, his health is the story of that series.
Yes.
And
Luka may not play game 1 with Donovan Mitchell, even though he's unhappy. And you got Rudy, that you guys can play. Don't get it twisted. Utah can play. But can they be a little shaky? Yes, we see this. I mean, but hey, man, I mean, not that we don't want y'all to watch all the basketball, but if it's up to me and it's a game that I can not do without, but yet I can flick on to a baseball game or something like that, this may be the game.
Yeah. Ham, as we're taping this, we don't know who's gonna face Phoenix. I don't foresee Phoenix having a problem with whoever wins the 8-9 game. So I guess the greater question for you is for Phoenix. Last year, they make the finals, up 2-0 in the finals, don't win another get the gentleman's sweep. What is different about this Phoenix from last year? Or is there any difference? Or is this any difference?
Not much difference, just more focused and hungry. They still hungry. That part we ain't got a question. Devin Booker, he made my first team All NBA this year.
Mine too.
And I had to rock with him, and for the job that they've done when Chris went that, whether Chris is there or not, it's kind of like that similar. I look at them in the similar light, like how I look at Memphis. Whether John is there or not, whether Chris is there or not, they still were able to excel. It wasn't much drop off, they got their work done. So with them having that experience that they had, just last year,
there you go.
That hunger pain still kicking in their stomach. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, they were up 2-0. They were up 2-0. They had a chance to come back and really at least, get it back up 3-2, but too much size, too much everything just kind of bit them. It's like really for them, they're just trying to right that wrong, get back to the spot, get back to June, and handle their business. That's pretty much what it is for them. I don't think they're going to have no trouble for the first 2 rounds, maybe. Just depends. They might not really get pushed to the conference finals.
It's crazy. A dude who was like the brunt of all the jokes now, to me, could be the difference between them going to the finals and losing and winning. And that's JaVale McGee. Now you got McGee. Now you got Aiden. You have 2. Because you remember the Ham we talked about, they were down 2-0. And they lost Sarge.
Right.
And they lost 2 bigs. And basically it was Aiden, and they had nothing else as far as size. So Phoenix, I think you're right. I think Phoenix should have not easy because it's the playoff. I think their first 2 rounds should go relatively smooth.
Question, fellas. Question. Has JaVale McGee been to the final 3 out of the last 4 years?
Did he win 1 or 2 with Golden State?
I think he won 2 with Golden State.
He was on Golden State that 17 and 18 year?
He was on the 2 years they won with Kevin Durant. He was on the team both years, I think.
So you got 18, 19, really 19, I don't think he was there. 20 bubble.
With the Lakers.
21. You got 21, which
he's won 3 chips.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He's won 3. So JaVale, shout out JaVale. JaVale has really, his last 5 years, he's really transformed.
He's actually been the most winning motherfucker in the
Leave JaVale McGee alone. JaVale McGee does his job, and he has been doing it very well for the last 5 to 6 years. He has contributed. He has been on championship clubs. What can you say now?
Right. Switching over to the Eastern Conference. This now, there's only one series in the East I am pretty sure about, and that's I think Milwaukee will beat Chicago in 5 or 6. I think Chicago is too beat up, and they just haven't shown me enough against quality opposition to say. So, but these other 2 series, I think Philadelphia, Toronto is a toss-up at this point. I believe if Cleveland comes out of the 8th seed against Miami, I think that will be tougher than people think. Yeah. Because Cleveland has the size and the length to kind of deal with Miami, and they got Garland. And then we're going to start with this series. The series, Ham, Trav are wrestling fans, so they'll know this reference. When you talk about booking a match, Brooklyn versus Boston is the match you want to book. The storylines are there. Ham. I have gone back and forth on this one. And this is a 7 versus a 2, which is strange. But I am leaning Brooklyn right
now. All I'm gonna say, and like you said, we're gonna go to wrestling on this. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. Jason Tatum, you right there on the edge of that table.
I'll tell you like this.
You at the table. He's at the table. He's right there. He's looking at them eat. You gotta go up against number 7. You got to see that for at least 4 games. We know it's going more than 4 games. But
the winner of this series, to the finals. I think it's that crop. I think it's one of those.
You think they're going to the finals? Oh wow! To the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals?
Eastern Conference.
Okay.
My fault. Let me clarify.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Conference Finals.
Oh my God!
Because I like Milwaukee on the opposite side of it, but it's just war games, dog. It's like I have no real direction of how this thing could really play itself out. It's really like elimination chamber style tournament playoff format basketball at its finest, because we don't know. The usual suspects ain't there. But I do have a narrative I do want to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
What's his number in Philly? He ain't number 13 no more.
Oh, James
Harden.
Number 1.
You've had a lot of great talent around you, homie. I'm not the one to slander you about that, but if this don't get done in Philadelphia, what excuse you got?
Yeah. You look
Can
at
you
that.
be defended for this?
Yeah. You got Harden. That storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Do we get Ben Simmons with the return? Supposedly game 4 or 5. Return. You have Kyrie going back to Boston. We know how Boston feels about Kyrie.
With all the fruit cups. Boy, eat fruit cups subbing in the game. That's all he's eating.
You have in that Boston Brooklyn. Ham, you talk about Jason Tatum. For Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, here's where you become a star.
Hey, right there, big shot.
Become a star. A bigger star. Because now, can you take out Kyrie? For a guy like Marcus Smart, who say, hey, I should be defensive player of the year. All right, then. You're going to have to go deal with the magician. I think Brooklyn Boston is a fascinating series. It is a fascinating series.
Sign me up for all of it. Sign me up for all of it, man.
Now, Toronto, we hit on James Harden a little bit. Let's go there. Toronto is probably the least talked about team. They don't have a Kawhi Leonard this year.
Mm-hmm.
But Toronto is a solid ball club. They play under control. They shoot the three well. They play defense. Philly's going to have a hard time with them. A harder time than I think people think. And Trav, you talked about it. James Harden. Listen, don't throw up no stinker against Toronto.
Hey, man, this man literally said on TV, this man's stat look like tour concert calendars.
Right. Don't throw up them Jalen. MJ jumping in. So, MJ, we're going to bring you right here. Brooklyn, we talking about Brooklyn, Boston. What you got for that?
Oh, okay. Might be the most entertaining series in the East. It's the Apprentice versus the Jedi, with Jason Tatum being the Apprentice and KD being the Jedi. I think he's ready for all of that smoke. I think we're going to overreact to the effect that the Boston fans are going to have on Kyrie, because Kyrie is so good that they're not going to have an effect on him. I mean, you got to understand, this dude just gave y'all like 40 points and didn't have food and water. I'm pretty sure the crowd is not going to be affecting him like y'all think he is. This is a thought. Just a hunch. If I could play without food and water and give y'all 40, I don't think a bunch of hick white boys is going to affect me and what your words is going to say. If anything,
the man had a fruit cup.
My tango, and I'm going to give you more buckets. Just me.
A fruit cup, MJ. A fruit cup.
Not just 40 either. An efficient 40.
Efficient 40.
No, all of this money is efficient. Like, you know, I know a lot of people is not going to like this statement, but he is literally, from a skill standpoint, he is the litmus test and the pinnacle of where you want your player to be at. It is no higher level than Kyrie Irving. It's not. Once he developed that jump shot to be pure and efficient to where he's hitting over 50% clip and over 40% clip from three, it's been over ever since, because no one has ever been able to match his handle. Now that his jump shot is where it needs to be at, is he a better shooter than Curry? Of course not. It doesn't matter, though. He don't need to be. He just needs to be very close to it to be the highest and the most skilled player in the NBA, in my humble opinion. He ain't thinking about y'all.
He's the most skilled player. Durant is the only other person I'll listen to in a conversation on skill with him.
And I'm gonna keep it a bang with you. I know that we can't do the pound for pound thing, but I've always put Kevin Durant as the best player in the NBA, because it's not because of the skill, though. It's because of the skill at 7 feet.
Right.
That's the reason why I put Kevin Durant there. He can't control that he's 7 feet. That ain't his fault. God blessed him with that and coordination, and he put the work in. He deserved every bit of that accolade that he gets. But if we're gonna talk pound for pound, if we're gonna talk, I got a kid that I need to work with, and I need to get him to the highest level possible, and he is a sponge, and he is willing to do whatever it takes to get there. I am modeling Kyrie more than I'm modeling KD or Steph or any of those other guys. That's just what I'm doing.
Kyrie, unbelievable. I was watching this the other night against Cleveland. We always talk about footwork. We talk about footwork. We always talk about footwork with big men or footwork with wing players. Kyrie's feet are unbelievable. The footwork, the balance, just the control of his body. He's incredible. And that's why this is not your average 2 versus 7.
It's not. But what I will say too is y'all had a 15-minute head start. Sorry. Let me get my rocks off 1 second. But what I will say too is with Boston, we cannot discredit what Boston has either. Because Jaylen Brown, to my knowledge right now, I don't think Brooklyn has a matchup for Jaylen Brown unless you put KD on him. But if you put KD on Jaylen Brown, what is Jason Tatum going to do? And there's the conundrum. Y'all can try to put Bruce Brown on him if you want to. Jaylen Brown gonna eat him alive.
Yeah,
he's gonna eat him alive. Like 3 through 6, I'm going Boston. Just 1 through 2 is Brooklyn.
It's Trav's old saying, it's 2 impossible. Who's gonna be the
maybe
third?
KD likes that energy. Maybe KD needs to have that 2 impossible to show how great he is. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Situation where he had,
I always managed to come down to KD.
Hey,
he had a solid 3, and he was winning tips. I don't know.
But you know what? You know what? I mean, and I made that statement. What's that? 2014, 2013, 14, 15, somewhere along those lines.
Right.
That's a different 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a different 2.
That's a more mature playing 2. That's a more skilled playing 2.
I would say it might be the most skilled 2 we've seen.
I think it comes down to and Ham, you know, we talk about wrestling. Who's the third? When the NWO came out, all in that, who's the third man?
There you go.
And that's gonna be the story on both sides for the Nets and Boston.
Yeah, that's the mystery.
Who is the third man?
Can it be Curry?
Is it Marcus Smart one night? Is it a Bruce Brown one night? Because if the big 2 on both sides give me 70 on each side, we still got to find 45 more points from somewhere.
Right.
And to me, that's decides the series.
That's where Curry and Patty has been there for. They got to crank that up. We may see Aldridge, and we may see your boy, the one that he got choked out in Memphis.
Oh,
Blake.
We may see them. So, hey, let's see what's up.
Now we talk about the defending champions. To me, the least defending champion in the history of basketball. With a guy who answered every playoff question about him last year. And Milwaukee, for all of the rightful love of KD, Kyrie, JB, and Tatum, somebody's still gonna have to deal with Giannis 4 times. And MJ, you talked about him like he doesn't care anymore, and now that he's got the ring, he just continuing to play with that freedom. I don't know if anybody somebody still got somewhere they can beat Giannis 4 times.
Yeah. No, I wholeheartedly agree. Did we first and foremost? Did we talk about Minnesota yet?
We talked about the West, but we're gonna circle back to the West. We'll circle back to it.
Okay, so I'll leave my comments there from there. But no, the thing that you have to understand about this game is it's only so much a human being is going to deal with until they have the perfect balance of I care about my craft, I care about being the best that I can be, but I don't care about what everybody else has to say about me. I don't care about superficial things. I don't care about anything other than my family and the circle that I have that loves me.
Uh-huh.
That's the balance. When you get to that balance, now you're at Tim Duncan status. You're at Kareem status. You're at LeBron and Miami status. You're at a level of greatness to where you're Teflon. And Giannis has reached that because we, as the media, have said too many times, he can't do this, he can't do that. And that's our problem as the media. I'm speaking as a whole because we're a part of the media, even though we don't do this, we're still want to talk about it. We have a problem with always trying to find something wrong with the play. We have that problem. And let me just go ahead and say it now. Let's go right into my rant so I can get it out the way now so we can talk about basketball. My rant is going to start with a question. What exactly do you want? Y'all make a meme with Pat Beverly showing that he gives a fuck playing against a team that left him. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with how he reacted, but y'all make a meme about that. Y'all make a meme about Tim Duncan not showing any emotion at all and humbly winning 5 championships and being one of the best power forward to ever walk the grace of this earth.
Get it right. Get it right.
Y'all make a meme about Magic Johnson. Nah, let me cook. Y'all make a meme about Magic Johnson celebrating the first game of winning his first game. Like, why is he doing this? But yet y'all still have the same negative energy for Kareem, who treats this like a game and has won 6 titles. What is it that you want?
Yeah.
What is it you want? And it's really just a testament of a man not ever being able to satisfy the world. A man cannot show emotion because he's weak. A man cannot show emotion because he's apathetic and he's dangerous. So y'all looking for a gray area that does not exist because anytime he shows emotion, y'all chastise him for that. And anytime he does show emotion, y'all chastise for that. So what the fuck do you want? How, as a man, especially a black man, am I supposed to move in this world where no matter what I do, I'm going to get some type of criticism for it? How? And you wonder why we're frustrated. You wonder why when we reach out, we're asking for help, we're looking for therapy, we're doing all of these things. You wonder why we're so pissed off. You're looking at us like we're a T-Tie Bob. Who made us that way? You guys did. So don't fucking tell me about how a person's supposed to celebrate something that they achieved. Don't tell me about a person that how they should not celebrate in your eyes what they achieved. Don't tell me anything else about that because you just don't know what it's like on an everyday basis to be judged and ridiculed by every decision you make being a man, especially a black man with money.
Man,
My rant is over.
Talk that talk, man. Talk that talk. That's exactly what's going on in this.
I don't have too much. There ain't for no way for me to smoothly segue out of that. that was hey, there's no I didn't have an issue with it. You know what I mean? With Pat Beverly, because you know, as I said before, y'all say it's too nice. They're too friendly. They're too buddy. So here he comes, unfriendly, not nice, and nice too much. To MJ's point.
That's their
You don't like that
franchise. That's their franchise's second playoff appearance since like 2004, I think.
Since Ticket. Was it Ticket?
Yeah. Since Ticket.
You're a Ticket won MVP. And then they went a couple years ago when Jimmy and Carl Towns and them went, you know. But like I said, it's the second This is the second time they've been in the playoffs since '04. Yeah, show some excitement. Why not? Shit, call Morris Day. You know what I'm saying? Get Jerome in there. Jerome better be a game 3. I know that.
How about this, J-Ham? How about let's take it a step further. How about I can't tell you how to be you. If this is who you are, to be you. I can't tell you how to be you.
To quote MJG, I can't be nobody but me, and that's all I can be. I can't
Now,
be who you want me to be, cause nigga, that ain't me.
speaking of being you, the team I am the most concerned about is the number 1 seed in the East. And that's Miami. We know we talk about depth. They got depth, right? They're a pretty deep team. They call guys up from the G League. They score 20. But here's where Trav's theory now comes into play. This is where Trav now, I'm gonna let Trav have. Can you win the title with old JB as your best player? Because when you talk about the Durants, when you talk about Kyrie, when you talk about Giannis, when you talk about Embiid, Harden on a good day, that is the level of player you dealing with to get out of the East. The question is, and Trav, I'm just gonna pitch it right over to you, wishbone option style. Can the Heat with JB lead, or is this gonna be a second round and out, which I think it's going to be?
Look here, man. Every team has a dominant number 1 player. Philly, Embiid. Milwaukee, Giannis. Toronto, that's where you line up at Miami. Who else you got? You got Brooklyn. You got Brooklyn, KD or Kyrie. Which one you want? Boston, Jason Tatum. Miami got Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is better than one person. I mean, not Jason Tatum. Jimmy Butler. Let me get that right. Jimmy Butler is better than one person out of those group of people that I just named that's in the playoffs. He's better than whoever's on that Toronto team that they consider their best player. Your number 2 player can't take you there, man. You got there off of a bubble. Congratulations. You'll never get there again. I'm sorry. It just ain't it. It is not it. He is a premier number 2 player.
Ham, I want to go to you because Ham is, like we are anti-comic book BS basketball. However, you talk about Giannis, Tatum, Kyrie, KD, and Embiid. Them 5 comic book dudes you're going to have to play to get out of this East. Is JB Ham capable of the comic book moment? Which you might have to have a couple of them to get out of this rough Eastern Conference.
If he's capable of it, he's the comic book hero that's got the utility belt, the Batmobile, the one that's really not who's deemed by comic book enthusiasts is not really a superhero. That's Batman. I really was waiting on Trav to just go ahead and say it, because Big Shot, you really set it up perfectly with the promo for Trav to just go ahead and just say, Jimmy, you ain't one of those dudes, Jimmy. I thought we was gonna get it. That's why I'm over here cracking up. I'm like, he finna give it to us. He finna give it to us. Ah! But I had to hit it for him. This is what tag team partners do. But we know he gonna try. That's one thing that Jim ain't scared of nothing.
No.
That's part of that. That's kind of part, I guess, part of the charm, if you will, that comes with it. It's like we just gonna walk right into this, head down, head up, shoulder down, like a fullback, whatever the case may be. Run those five names again that you read off.
Giannis,
Giannis,
Joe, Kyrie, KD, Tatum, and then you could throw Harden in there on a good day.
Trey, go ahead and say it.
He ain't one of them dudes like that. He ain't better than them.
So I'll be the DA for Miami, not for Jim. I'm not the DA. Now, when I look at Miami, the question that I ask myself, and it's an honest question, and it's a question that could be debatable. That's why I'm putting it out here for you guys. Could Miami be the 2004 Pistons? Do they have that talent? Could it be a situation in which, yeah, Richard Hamilton led the team in scoring, but they wasn't going to Richard Hamilton in the game because they didn't have to. And their 1 through 11 was tougher, more locked in, and better than your 1 through 11. Could we possibly make a case that they can do that? And that's what's so fun about these playoffs is the fact that everybody has their own little thing in which, as long as they be the best version of them, we don't know which style is going to triumph.
True.
Whereas when we're used to seeing NBA playoffs, we're used to seeing a bunch of copycats who don't have the firepower to copycat the champions. In which the champions beat them, obviously, at their game because they're good at playing this, but you're trying to play them at a game that they invented. This season, it's not like that. Everybody got their own flavor. Miami could be a rendition of the 2004 Pistons. The Philadelphia 76ers could be a rendition of the 1995 Houston Rockets. Boston Celtics could be a glimpse of the 1998 Bulls. Two wings that's really fucking good and a bunch of role players who stay in their lane. Brooklyn could be like the Cleveland Cavaliers of 2016. Role players, shooters, and two dudes that you just cannot guard. Everybody has their own flavor. And that's what makes this shit so exciting and so interesting. You know, the basketball nerd in me is like jubilant when it comes to this shit, as far as this playoffs. Because I don't think we're ever going to see something like this again. I think it's going to tailor off, especially if they add Seattle and Las Vegas. We're gonna have to start this shit all the way over again, because even though it's a lot of talent, there ain't gonna be enough time to be able to keep this shit as competitive as it is right now, in my humble opinion. Right now, this is the pinnacle of basketball because everybody got their own style, they got their own flavor. Which side is going to win?
So, speaking of which side is who's going to win, let's go lead us right to, we like to end the show with a little rapid fire. So, who wants the first question? I'm going to go Trav with the first question. In the West, Phoenix or the field to get out the West?
Interesting. Very interesting. I would say, oh my God.
If you take the field, you got to give me a team.
If I may take the field.
Okay.
I may take the field. And a healthy Golden State.
Okay.
Healthy Golden State.
Ham, you said you wanted this question in the group chat, so I'll give it to you. Your favorite playoff series since 94 Feet of Life has been open?
Oh, it's been open.
We've been open since 2015.
Ooh. You can put them together in a combo package deal. Either one of those 3-1 walk downs from 2016. Either one of those two. West Finals or
Mm.
Finals.
Yeah. Actually, I had the 2016 West Finals for me was my favorite series since we.
That really was my favorite one too. You know,
That's
it just but the most historic one, of course, was the next one. But
was
I'm with you on that one though.
Y'all talking about they going back to Cali.
yeah. That was a
Clay. Oh
The
God.
Game 6 joint in particular.
Clay
yeah.
didn't miss a shot.
MJ in the final. Are we gonna have one of the teams be a seed 5 or lower?
No. In fact, I'll do you one better. We're gonna have a rematch.
I can believe it.
You think we gonna get Milwaukee Phoenix round 2?
And I think Phoenix pulls it out.
All right, so
Just
let's
like
go
when-
with Trav. You said Golden State gets out the West. So if Golden State gets out the West, do they beat whoever comes out the East?
Man, that'll be tough. That'll be tough. If they run up against Milwaukee, I think Milwaukee can get them. I think Milwaukee can get them. Now,
I
if
think
they,
so.
If they run up against Philadelphia, but if I'm rolling the dice, I may see a 7 seed may walk in there.
Brooklyn.
And that will be history.
You know, them two dudes are good enough. I ain't good. They're great enough to take them to the finals. As long as those two are upright, it's tough.
It'll be
I got a quick question for Ham. Besides 1996, has there ever been a team that won more games than Phoenix that did not win the title? Because 1996
What's
was
their win
72
total?
and 10 team, but
What Phoenix win this year?
65, right?
They won 65.
Yeah, they won 60. I want to say
I'm,
63, 65.
Yeah.
The Sonics won 64 and
We might go-
96. The Sonics won 64. Cleveland won
Acting like-
66.
So yeah.
Cleveland won 60.
Hold on,
Cleveland,
did Seattle even 65 games?
Seattle won 64.
The Bulls won 17?
Seattle won
65?
Seattle won
Yeah,
64.
73-9.
Well, you had 73.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
Okay.
say. Go to state.
73 and 9.
Yeah.
Seattle won 64. Cleveland in 09 won 66.
Yes.
I remember that.
That's what I was about to say when you
I
asked
think
that
those were
question.
the ones.
Because that 73 and 9 team,
Yeah.
a
So we can
suspension
count on
away.
one hand how many teams did not walk away with the O'Brien Trophy. And there's only one team that didn't even make it to the finals, winning that many games.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't betting against that.
I think I'm with you. For my question, I got Phoenix versus the field in the West.
Me too.
I think even if Chris Paul, which has one of his late playoff injuries, I think Phoenix to me should get out of the West. Not a heavy favorite. I ain't putting my mortgage on it, but I like Phoenix versus the field in the West. The East for me really comes down to it really, and it's a team game. I know that. We all know that. if I felt better about what James Harden did the last month of the season, I would be tempted to put a couple bucks on Philadelphia. But what I saw out of James Harden the last 3 weeks, I just feel like we got another one of them stink bombs coming. I feel it, and I hate it for him. But until he showed me something different, and I hate it because I think Joel's my MVP pick, to be honest. And I think Joel's a lot of people having a hell of a great season. But man, if I just trusted that Harden was gonna be what he can be, I would pick Philadelphia to get out the East. But because I don't think that's gonna happen, I might have to rock with him. I might have to rock with MJ on this one. I might have to say it's Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns Part 2. And I think I'm leaning Milwaukee versus Phoenix Part 2.
Dude, and I'm gonna tell you like this: the other 217 in the West, I made 217 in the West. I'm not 100% on Memphis just handling them. First and foremost, D'Angelo Russell is a problem for everybody on their squad. Let's first put that out there. A lefty that can shot make in traffic and find an open man, that's tough. Also, Anthony Edwards is Tracy McGrady Part 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to lead to wins or not, but it's Tracy McGrady Part 2. And then lastly, Karl Anthony Towns is where Giannis is mentally right now when he won the title. He already lost his family to COVID.
Don't care no more.
He lost his first coach. Like, he's playing like he don't give a fuck. And you know how scary that is when a dude that good no longer cares.
Yeah.
He cares, but he don't. That's not going to be easy because he's bringing Steven Adams out. Steven, you got to guard him out there. He shoot 40% from there. You got to come out there. It's not, dude, I can't wait to watch that series. I don't care who wins because I'm a fan of both teams, to be real.
I think
I want Memphis to win, but I'm just saying, like, on the paper, on the matchup, just like how we wanted Deontay Wilder to beat Nick Fury, if you look at the matchup of Nick Fury, though, Nick Fury, like, had the advantage on the low.
Tyson Fury,
Yes,
I got you.
Guys, yeah, it's not going to be what is it might be a fucking draw. I just need popcorn for that one. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah.
I don't.
Both the 7 series are not. Both 2-7 series are not what you think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, I mentioned my concern on my Facebook wall earlier this week, and Tom was like, "Yeah, whatever." I'm like, "All right."
It's a series, and it's like so much to talk about NCAA tournament too. It's composure. And Memphis now, and something we talked about in the show too, playing with expectation is a different thing than when you're playing as the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
But we gonna go ahead, MJ.
Now I just got a quick question for you. Let's be honest. Is Minnesota third guy not better than Memphis third guy?
It's 2 matchups. That's
no. We were first.
But I know where I see where you're going. That's one. That's one. That is one. Because to me, Memphis has been this since 2011. They're either missing a 2 or they're missing a 3. They have played so well. They have played so well that they have covered that.
Mm-hmm.
But we finna see something now. Can slow mo play him? Can slow mo play him?
Also, in those 4 meetings that they had, Dylan wanted none of them.
And that's it.
He he's gonna matter a lot in this
He
series.
meant a lot.
Dylan
He
and Jack. Because Dylan's gonna guard Russell and Pat's gonna guard John Morant. Who's gonna get in whose head first? Can Dylan mentally take D'Angelo Russell out the game? Can Pat Beverly mentally take Ja out the game? That's the real chess match. Because they ain't guarding each other.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Saturday afternoon, it all kicks off. I think the first series is like 12 Centrals, straight lunchtime settings on Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
And hey, we gonna cover it all right here at 94 Feet of Life in the group, on the scene, notifications on. Because if something big happens, you never know we're gonna jump in. Trav, MJ, Ham in the building, 94 Feet of Life. It's time to go.